let's get to work because we have a lot of things to do in this episode. We're starting by almost completing the whole lava generator here, and as you see in the previous episode we connected it to a tank. Today I'm going to do a lot of things, so stay tuned to see all of the progress that we made. First we're going to create a crafter that we're going to use to create compressed cobblestone to automate resources from the chemical synthesizer and a lot faster. Firstly we have to make some more dirt, and also we have to increase our coal production, charcoal production, because we do not have a lot at the moment, and the way that I still fuel my Stirling generators are by manually adding lava or charcoal into them. This is the recipe for the tier 1 crafter, and we are going to find a way to place it here. Sounds weird, but and with 9 double compressed cobblestone you get triple, no, you get double compressed, no, you get with 9 cobblestone you get 1 compressed cobblestone, and with 9 compressed cobblestone you get double compressed cobblestone. Very hard to say. And we're going to move it a bit further so that we can connect it to energy and also give it a buffer. After making some space here, we are going to connect the cobblestone generator to the Java barrel so that it has a little buffer, and after that from the Java barrel to the tier 1 crafter, and from the tier 1 crafter to the chemical decomposer. And as you see, we connected it to a relocator, and from the crafter we connected it to the Java barrel, and this is going to make things a lot faster, but I'm not sure why it didn't go. uh, at the moment I thought that the production of cobblestone that we had did not make enough cobblestone for the tier 1 crafter to run continuously without having breaks. But as you see later, it was just because we had that full Java barrel with cobblestone in it. And here I tried to make a magnet, but as you'll see I quickly decided not to, because I forgot about it, and it is very convenient to have it on you because items don't have gravity anymore. But at least I'm going to show you how to make black dye from inksec. For now I think it works, but it just moves too fast. And here I thought maybe I should just upgrade the cobblestone production, because yeah, as you see now that the Java barrel is empty, it's not as efficient as before, but still the double compressed cobblestone takes a lot of time to decompose and to sort all of the items, so it's not really a big. Still I decided to increase it by another generator and giving it a word interaction, but it's still somewhat slow. But the problem that I'm going to encounter later, because I upgraded the cobblestone production so much, is that I'm going to run out of energy very quickly, and you'll see how that affects me and how annoying it is to constantly need to power up the Stirling generators. At the moment they are holding pretty well, and I died. Here I thought I died because I ran out of oxygen, but I did not read the message, and if you looked at the message there, it said that the radioactive thing decomposed, and that's what caused me to die. This is why I said in the previous video that the lead chest is very good, and here I literally died because I was not sure how to access the grave when I just simply had to break it, even though it to me it didn't look like I could break it because you see it didn't have any cracks there. So firstly I tried to go get a diamond pickaxe, so maybe because so that was maybe the reason why it didn't work with your hand. But as you see, you just have to break it until it actually breaks. And I don't know, it's just weird that it takes quite a bit of time before it actually it actually breaks. And here I didn't know what to do, so I just allow myself to die. I don't think I can say that. And as you see, with a pickaxe, and I think it would have worked with the empty hand as well. I just had to click a little bit longer. This is, I think the pickaxe maybe made it faster compared to breaking it by hand, but I'm pretty sure that if I just used my hand to break it, it would have worked. Now let's move on and let's make a compressor. This is one of the goals for today. I don't have enough iron yet, but I will gather enough because I have sieves running and the iron that we get from the cobblestone starts to pile up little by little. Here I ran out of string and I need string to make wool because there's no other way to make wool in this game. And we need wool to make aluminium cables, aluminium wires. If you enjoyed the video so far, please leave a like, subscribe, turn off the notification icon, and comment down below if you are scared of Herobrine. From the Sterling generators, and because of that you will see that I end up making more Sterling generators for that setup. Here I decided to automate the obsidian farm for a bit because I make enough lava at the moment and I don't have to constantly take the lava out, it goes there by itself. And I started sieving gravel because we get gold from it, and we haven't really gotten any piece of gold besides the quest book and the rewards. And we also get a lot more crushed iron, crushed copper, and also we get crushed zinc and silver, I think, from gravel, which are going to be helpful later. And as you see here, I placed the tank below the transfer pipe, and you'll see later that it doesn't work unless the lava starts to fill up until it reaches the transfer pipe. Here as you see, I don't make enough energy to get enough cobblestone quickly because I also added the new sieves there, the two other sieves, so it's going to need a lot more energy. As I said, two new Sterling generators that I'm going to add to the system, and this is going to increase the energy by a little bit, which is very good. It seems that the crafter is a little bit weird because it works, but if he doesn't have enough storage for the recipes, it just will block, so you have to manually go there and remove a piece to make space. And here I decided that it's time to do some other type of progression because I need mycelium, and I took the hard route here because the hard recipe, because I literally had ancient spores, and with them you just have to plant them on dirt, and it will turn into mycelium. But because I'm dumb, I didn't know that, and I had to manually create mycelium with the chemical compounds that I have. Here it seems that even though I increased the number of generators, the energy production was still not good enough. And I also decided to remove the tank from below and put it above. And I decided to make some armor because I was thinking of going out and exploring the map, because there are dungeon dungeons generated on this on the moon, but if you don't have a map, they are very hard to find. I went out very far from the house, but I still couldn't find any of them, and I'm not sure I if I search for them in a wrong place, or they're just weren't any nearby. I finally went on Twitter and searched on how to make endstone, and it is very simple. You need glowstone dust, and with that glowstone dust, you place it in lava, and you get endstone. Which I wish I knew that sooner, because we could have gotten a lot more ender pearls, and I didn't see them because I forgot that I had the hopper under it. Here we're going to plant the ender lily seed. We have to give it some light, because in this mod pack the crops grow very slow, because even though you give them light, you need to give them special fertilizers and stuff. From the end stone that we got there, I decomposed some of it, and we managed to get nether quartz finally. We also completed another quest here from crafting the crafter. Now I'm going to need 10 pieces of nether quartz, because I'm going to use that I'm going to use that solar panel to power up my oxygen generation system. And I finally understood how to get nitrogen, and I wish I knew that sooner, but you get nitrogen nitrate or something from gunpowder, and you break that down into nitrogen in the chemical decomposer, which is very good. And here I got my first pieces of mycelium, 16. I actually made a lot more than 16 pieces, because I just wanted to have enough, not worry about it later. Now to progress even further, I need to make soul sand, because sieving down soul sand gets you nether quartz. And here I actually ran out of oxygen this time. This is why you see me looking at my oxygen tanks to see if I actually ran out of oxygen, and it's not because of the I started moving up all of my chest down here, and I made a infinite water source here, because we make soul sand having by putting sand into witch water, and witch water you get by placing water in a stone barrel in a area that has mushrooms or mycelium. And I did it a few times because I needed more quartz, and I think Soul sand also gives you some good chemicals. I decided to extend the area here even more because I'm going to use this area as a little farming area. Even though, as I said, I didn't really farm, but I just decided to do that. Unfortunately, you cannot decompose the crushed iron ores, the broken iron ores, which is unfortunate. It would have sped up the process a lot. It really forces you to grind them down from gravel to dust and from dust to sand. Now I decided to make the compressed cobblestone even more compressed by making a triple compressed cobblestone. I'm not sure if in the long run this actually made a difference, but at least it somewhat kept it more it kept it working for longer before actually stopping and filling up. Finally, we made a compressor here. We needed one basic wafer and we have the compressor. And from now on, this is going to be very helpful because this is a step toward creating rockets and is going to be very helpful. Here I decided to decompose some mushrooms because I just didn't have anything to do with them. You can make soups, but I have my infinite source of food. I expanded the chemical storage there because I don't want to always go and pick up all the chemicals that we get from different things that I decomposed. And we decided to finally make the iron chopper because we finally have some pretty good amounts of iron here, and we did it. We also made the iron upgrades that we needed. I don't think this is faster, but it the axes obviously last longer because they are made from iron. And as you see here, I made quadruple compressed cobblestone, which is going to give me a lot more resources without using as much energy as compressing the 9 stacks or how many stacks there are of cobblestone. I made another anvil here because I wanted to finally make the hammerer because we can automate a entire system by putting crafters, sieves and hammerers into a succession and transferring the items using item pipes. Here I tried to bone meal the ender lily, but it doesn't really work, which is very sad. And I spawned pole finally because I had enough eggs as to keep it if we needed it. But it didn't drop anything interesting, just some food items, which is very weird. And I didn't even get to look at him, he looked very weird. But we finally managed to get our first 5 pieces of gold crafted by us, and with them I started making osomite. And the osomite dust that you get, you will smelt it down into furnaces, and with the osomite ingots that you get, you will make a osomite block, which as you'll see will give us a lot more speed as a heat source for our lava generator. And since we got those 10 pieces of quartz, we received a solar panel that I'm going to place here at our oxygen setup. We have 19 pieces of pure osomite, which means that we have 2 blocks to use into our setup. And as you'll see, if we place it under, we get a speed of 1.0, which is extremely fast compared to the speed that we get from the lava. Here I also started destroying more trees with silk in them because I needed the string since we ran out again. And I also created more wire aluminum. I made more aluminum wires because I ran out of. And now we can finally place the solar panel here on top of our house. It kinda looks weird to have that wire go through a corner of the house, even though it's not really in the middle. It still kinda looks weird. We ran out of energy on our chemical synthesizer and I decided to move it finally. And here I tried to make a sorting iron chest, but I didn't really understand how to actually use it. But you see that even after placing the sorting thing in it, it still doesn't work. You have to make it in the crafting. Finally start the sorting system that I'm going to use for the entire run, and it is very good. It To me it looks great, but unfortunately this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to keep this one shorter to see if you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and goodbye.